a genuinely revolutionary student-led approach to restoring India's ecosystems. Whether you're a student, a principal, a NAC coordinator, an NSS or NCC volunteer, or someone working in forest policy, this one is absolutely for you. We're going to break down a super practical, incredibly low-cost way to bring degraded landscapes back to life right on our very own campuses.
So, here's our roadmap for today. We'll kick things off with India's Biodiversity Challenge, then rethink how we plant and explore the sheer power of natural regeneration. From there, we'll get into the SMANR approach, see how students are stepping up as green ambassadors, and wrap up with the growing green campus movement.
All right, part 1, India's Biodiversity Challenge.
It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? Can we actually rebuild what centuries of exploitation have destroyed? I mean, when you look at how agricultural expansion, intensive timber harvesting, and rapid development have just leveled our natural habitats, polluted our soil, and completely drained our groundwater, it's a huge mountain to climb. To put things into perspective, India's recorded green cover is sitting at 24.62% right now. And honestly, while that might sound like a decent chunk, we are still lagging way behind the 33% target set by the National Forest Policy just to keep our ecosystem stable. We've got a massive gap to close here.
Moving right along to part 2, rethinking how we plant.
You know, over the last decade or so, high-density plantation methods like the Miyawaki technique, which basically packs thousands of saplings into a tiny space, have become super popular. And sure, they promise quick forests, but pumping all that water and nutrients for up to 50,000 saplings per hectare, that can actually wreck local water tables in semi-arid zones. On the flip side, Assisted Natural Regeneration, or ANR, works beautifully with the existing landscape. It barely needs any water, costs a fraction of the price, and actually restores the true native biodiversity of the area. Now, don't get me wrong, conventional plantations absolutely have their place, especially in urban spaces where you've got guaranteed water. But natural regeneration, that should literally be our first look every single time. The land actually has a memory. If native seeds and roots are already sleeping in the soil, we just need to let them lead the way. It's highly cost-effective and completely native first. Which leads us perfectly into part 3, the power of natural regeneration. So what exactly is assisted natural regeneration? Well, it's basically giving nature a helping hand. Instead of bringing in foreign soil and thousands of nursery saplings, we protect what naturally wants to grow there. We just remove the barriers, things like invasive weeds, accidental fires, or grazing animals, and liberate the native seedlings that are already fighting to break through the surface. Just look at this incredible transformation. You start with the degraded, dry patch of land, gently prep it with some simple soil and water conservation buns to catch the rain, and boom, in just a few short years, it becomes a lush, thriving ecosystem. And the craziest part, this isn't from mass planting. It happens just by capturing rainwater, protecting the site, and giving those native roots the room to flourish. Okay, let's get into part 4, the SMANR approach. So, SMANR takes these big global principles and tailors them perfectly for Indian campuses in 4 really practical, low-cost steps. Step 1, students clear out those awful water-draining invasive weeds like Semicarvillum. Step 2, they protect the native roots that are already popping up. Step 3, they plant native saplings, but only in genuine gaps where nature actually needs a boost. And finally, step 4, they add simple water harvesting elements and habitat features. Think rock piles for lizards or bird baths. It's all about inviting the entire food web back, not just throwing up a canopy of trees. This is what SMANR looks like in the real world. Real people, NSS NCC volunteers, students, local community members, literally getting their hands dirty. They're learning about site-specific ecology, figuring out how to match species to the soil, and getting invaluable field experience while transforming these drylands into thriving ecosystems.
Part 5, students as green ambassadors.
Now, for all the educators and principals tuning in, this methodology is a massive institutional win. SMANR acts as a living lab, and it perfectly aligns with the NEP 2020 mandate for experiential, project-based learning. Plus, it gives a huge boost to NAC quality indicators by creating genuine green campuses, and it directly supports the government's mission life and the UN Sustainable Development Goals. It's a win-win-win.
And we are absolutely bringing this ancient natural process straight into the 21st century. Students monitor their living forests digitally. They're using AI to identify native species, GPS to track seedlings, and QR codes to follow a single tree's journey from a tiny shoot all the way to a massive canopy. By hooking all this into platforms like MyTree, students are generating real-world data and building a verifiable impact dashboard for their school.
Finally, Part 6, the Green Campus Movement.
The big picture ecological benefits of adopting SMNR are simply staggering. Because we're working with nature instead of forcing a high-density, water-hungry plantation onto dry land, we get a much faster recovery of local birds, insects, and wildlife. We're talking healthier soils, rapid groundwater recharge, and massively improved carbon sequestration for true climate resilience. And we're doing all of this at a fraction of the cost of conventional planting.
I want to leave you with this powerful thought that perfectly captures the heart of this explainer. The future of India's forests lies not only in planting trees, but in helping nature regenerate itself. Every campus can become a green campus. Every student can become a forest guardian.
You literally have the power to bring this transformation to your institution. Just head over to www.green-campus.in/SMANR to learn exactly how your school or college can adopt the SMANR model today. But before you go, just ask yourself, if the soil beneath your feet already knows exactly how to build a forest, what are you waiting for to help it start? Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and let's get out there and help nature heal.